Hey guys, I got another stocks video for you, but on this one, I want it to be a little bit more detailed. Um, I felt like it needed it to say why I think that this is a good stock to buy right now. But first, if you appreciate what I'm doing, you like what I'm doing, hit that like button, subscribe button, and check us out on Twitter at WTrades. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. So the stock is Discovery or Disca, Disca. Now I know you're probably thinking this stock crashed in March and it's been pretty much going down since, but I'm going to make a case on the fundamental side as well as the charting and technical side of it. Okay? So first, the reason why it went down in March was due to what they called the mother of all margin calls. It wasn't because the stock was doing bad, it was none of that. The stock was actually trading at a larger or higher rate than what was ever expected for it. So if we go here, we can see that there was pretty much one guy, this Bill, I'm going to butcher his name, Bill Wong, uh, with the Archegos Capital Management. So Goldman Sachs pretty much did a margin call on him, and he was one of the biggest holders of Disca, Viacom, GSX, and when that happened, the stock dropped over 50%. Now, what ended up happening in that case, when it dropped so much, the other big investors said, you know what, we're going to get out and buy back in at a lower price. And that's exactly what they did. They got out and bought in the low 30s, most of them did. And now the rest of them are starting to buy back in slowly. They don't want to buy in all at once until they see that there is movement. So let's go back to the chart now that I've said that, and we're going to come back and forth between some of these things in the chart, okay? So we go back to Weeble. This is the day chart. This is normally a chart I don't look at that much unless I think I might hold it for a month or longer. And this stock may be about a month or longer hold. But as you can see, here was a sell-off, and here's where other people bought or sold, and then now they started to buy back in. You can see this starting to slow down. And if you watched my videos before, you know that this means that selling pressure is slowing and buying pressure is picking up. And if I turn on the drawings, you can see that it has found support at this, what is it, the 2720 line. The lowest it's went was around the 2690s, but most of the support has been right here. Yeah, it's 2685 was the lowest it's been, but the support line is at that 2720 mark, and it has not really went no lower than that. If we kind of blow it up, you can see it started selling off, now it's starting to consolidate, and I'm looking for a push back up now. And the chart is not the only thing saying it. If you look at the RSI, you can see that it's got bullish divergence going on. If you look at the MACD, you can see that it's starting to become bullish and rising. I'm just waiting for, if you watched my other videos, I'm waiting for it to separate and then to get over the center line with green candles. So, should you buy in now? Well, that's up to you. It's what you think about it. If we're going solely on the chart, you know, it has found support, but I like to wait for that confirmation above the 50-day. If we wait for the 50-day, that's going to be around 29 or 30 once it hits over that. But that's not all I have for you on this. Discovery just recently bought Warner Brothers. That's the movie company. They owned HBO and a bunch of other stuff. So AT&T sold it and Discovery picked it up. That's another reason why you're starting to see more buying pressure come into it. People are seeing that as a real bullish move. I even know some investors that has left AT&T because they thought one of the best parts about it was the Warner Brothers part of it and the HBO part of it, and bought into Disca because they believe that it's going to send the stock back up over the 40 mark. And I'm not the only one, and they're not the only ones that think that too. If we come back over to Benzinga, We can see here I've been looking at it right here. So this is talking about the decline of AT&T, how they sold off that, and how investors were mad because they thought that was the biggest part of the investment with AT&T. And you can see all these calls are being bought. Calls. And these are big calls. They're sweeps. A sweep is whenever they want it bought right away, any price, buy in, get it to me as quick as you can. And they're all for the 45 calls. A couple of them 35. I see a 25 in there. But they think the stock is going to boom soon. And this is all just this week. This right here is just for the 17th. This right here is just for the 18th. They are winning cases in other countries that was trying to limit what they can show on TV. Like in Poland, places like that, the right-wing side of it was trying to limit what was showed on TV, and it didn't get passed, so that's a plus for Discovery. It wasn't something that was against Discovery themselves, but it was a boom that helped them out. I mean, there's just a lot of good reasons that this stock has going for it, and the fact that it is so cheap right now, you're looking at, if we come back to Webull, you're looking at, let me squeeze this in here, from where it is at now, which is $28, if it goes up to 45, that mark right there, that's the highest resistance before the big dip. If it goes back to there, that's a 63% increase, and that's what people are guessing it's going back to before the end of the year. A lot of those calls was between October to January, most of them being in the October-November area. If it comes all the way back up to where it was, which with the momentum it could, that's 184%. Guys, for the return on investment, I can't offer you much better. I think it's really bullish beyond this stock. It's really worth checking out. And even if you don't think that it's a great deal right now, if you want more confirmation, then put you an alert on it for it to alert you when it's up over that green 50-day EMA line. That would be around the $30 mark, give or take a few cents. Guys, for me, I'm already at a buy on this. I've been bullish on it for a while, and this is just more icing on the cake. So I hope you like this little bit deeper dive into the stock, a little bit more news and stuff like that going into it. I'll have some more like this, as well as more of the little shortcuts on the charting and things like that. So if you like this and you want to see more of it, hit that like button. If you want to join our community and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and check us out on Twitter at WTrades. Alright guys, you have a good one.